All information in this documentary is true to the best of the knowledge of those participating. Everyone was informed on the process of us creating this documentary. They agreed to speak honestly and candidly as possible. No one spoke against their will, were manipulated, misrepresented by advanced technology, or otherwise. Although some of the material may cause concern, uncomfortability, damaged feelings, and fractured relationships, we assure you the main purpose is not more division within our community. The end game is to break generational curses, uncover the unfiltered truth, create healthier bonds, gain wisdom from previous generations, and honor those who came before us. So dive into this tedious process with an open mind and heart, understanding, care, forgiveness, unbiased views, and the desire for a better tomorrow for all. Thank you.
Anything that you can conceive and believe in can become true. As long as it becomes a thought in your mind, then it becomes reality. Now, if I had not thought that it was possible for me to change my life, I'd still be in the gutter today. We are all.
So, I took it easy in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Said my thank yous and all that. Salutations. But I'm gonna show you what I really do every single day of my life. What I spend my time doing. Make it easy on myself. Yeah. Let's go. Yo. Before we get into the preliminaries, I just want you to know that this is legendary. Without cursive, I accrue what is necessary. If the rappers need a clue, picture cemeteries. But it's clean as shampoos, parents, don't you worry. I master this rap news in my sanctuary. Cats getting a hot chew, that's a tiger blessing. Increasing my IQ and vocabulary. Cutting to culinary, killing fools. Mercenary, killing dudes. Military, bombing too. Mortuary, yes I'm rude. Voluntary, lady do. Tyler Perry, statue. Stationary, cold as blue. Aquaberry, cold and blue. January, and you. Ordinary, preview. Planetary, gumshoe. Stride detective, curfew. Cautionary, revenue. Monetary, guru of dictionaries. Will I do? Adversaries, you gon' lose. Secondary, CPU. Imaginary, breaking rules. Actionary, barbecue. Salisbury, prison food. Commissary, avenue. Streets I'm ready. Bugaboo. Child I'm destined, make do. Temporary. And when it come to flipping, gymnastic is how I'm spitting. It's like graphic, like horror visions. Fantastic when I write lyrics. Humble, but I'm still admitting. Dope is coke and pill prescriptions. My title is so befitting. God a rap, so don't forget it. Usually I'm humble, but today I'm cocky. This anthem really got me feeling like I'm Rocky. Ain't even the red signs could never stop me. Doing fine, thanks for not asking, I got it poppin'. Usually I'm humble, but today I'm cocky. This anthem really got me feeling like I'm Rocky. Ain't even the red signs could never stop me. Doing fine, thanks for not asking, I got it. Take my time with the rhymes to create these clever lines. With the stars I am aligned, thanks to spirits I got drive. Got my back just like a spine, never coning like the pine. Only sober in my mind, flowing with its coastline. All the BS I survive is the reason I arrive. Way beyond the normal shine, so I'm worthy of a shrine. Work 'em like a 9 to 5, get my heart like Valentine. Should've crossed the borderlines, and with greatness be a sign. But can't sign with Diddy, cause he did it, I ain't witty. Sell my soul to that committee, cause they rich and living litty. Man, my brain is just too witty to go with it, but no pity. Cause I'm staying in the city, I'm permitted, staying busy. Lead the instrumental dizzy, how I spit it, extra gritty. Never pretty or sadiddy, gully like it came from Philly. I don't do the itty bitty lyrics, rapping like they kitty. In a tizzy, left from frizzy, talking about they can't get with me. Very fitting that I'm never quitting, this ain't your decision. Rather have collisions with a semi than to give up spitting. Billion lyrics written with no counterfeit or rap infringing. I've been on my business and submitting music till they feel it. Gotta rap in the flesh, not compressed, no contest. Shame the rest, let them rest, need the rest. Watch me jet to the crest, clean as zest. Got them pressed and impressed, and abreast on me, yes. Manifest, I'm the best. Usually I'm humble, but today I'm cocky. This anthem really got me feeling like I'm Rocky. Ain't even the red signs could never stop me. Doing fine, thanks for not asking, I got it poppin'. Usually I'm humble, but today I'm cocky. This anthem really got me feeling like I'm Rocky. Ain't even the red signs could never stop me. Doing fine, thanks for not asking, I got it poppin'. Obviously, you and Daddy got pregnant with me, the greatest child of all time, in the summer pretty much of 82.
I was in labor about midnight. Then they're gonna try to prep me for a cesarean. But by that time, you were coming, and that's when they got scared because they knew you, with the labor stop, you could be
damaged,
dead,
not
breathing.
Okay.
Oh, Miss Hardy, you got a boy. And zoom. I'm like, wait a minute, let me see. They were over there working on you. I said, what are they doing? What are they doing? Because I wasn't out. You know, because they didn't have time to do all that.
They didn't give you an epidural?
I said, he's blue. Oh, he just has a little fluid in his lungs because they were over there doing something. I just couldn't, you know, and they're trying to keep me calm. And I see you, NICU, and they wouldn't let me see you. They waited a couple of days before we could see you. You were hungry because they couldn't feed you. You were breathing too fast. You were breathing out, but I almost passed out because IVs, because I said, why is he doing all these IVs? His lung collapsed. And I almost hit the ground. Your dad grabbed me and the nurse that worked in there. And I was just crying, and you were just crying, and every time I'd go back, then they would move the IV, and then the last time, it was in your head. And I just screamed and cried, and they were trying to calm me down.
So as you can tell, it was a struggle just getting me here, right? But I'm here today, and that's all that matters. So now, after having 3 daughters in a row, LaTanya, Latasha, Larisha, they finally have a son, Richard, the second. We're growing up in Millville, aka Millington, and it's the early 80s, so obviously the landscape is very different than it is currently, right? Life in Millington was pretty much like any country town. All your neighbors know each other, everybody go to the same church, shop at the same places, you know what I'm saying? Very simple life, right? Even though I was really young, I knew at that point life would never be the same again, and it wasn't.
Can I tell you about them Hardy boys? Who? Well, let me tell you about them Hardy boys. Who? Bill, Thomas, Robert, Richard, Charlie, and baby girlie Vic. Hardy, and my grandfather used to call us Hardy boys. Who? Well, let me tell you about these Hardy boys. Who? LaTanya, Latasha, Larisha, and me the king, the second coming of Richard. All started out very normal indeed. Just a little country house in Millington, Tennessee. But growing up in the South, it's the simplest things that really do amount to material dreams. Thomas Hardy Sr. was the man, called him hot shot. Foundation of the fam, cooler than a drop top. And Louise Hardy was his wife, called her Nanny D, or Miss D. Knew her as my gramp, such a black queen. Then there was Billy Joe, first Hardy boy conceived. He was tall and slender like a pole. Next in line was a junior that we all would know as Butch. Ladies man, but he could tell a joke. Mama Laquita started out as a Jones. Met my father named Richard, and you knew it was on. Was the couple to envy, but the love was so strong that and nobody could split it. Was royalty on the throne. As a result, Latanya was the firstborn. Daddy's girl, spoiled brat, and she loved songs. But cut it short, when my middle sister was the one. Named Latasha and was brighter than the morning sun. Into Larisha, youngest girl out the Hardy Bunch. Tomboy all the way, but she read for fun. Then it's me, Richard the second, not a junior. Daddy's twin, call me hip, cause ain't nobody cooler. I feel accomplished because of my measurements on rulers. It's in happiness and also inside my medulla. Thankful for my family even if I ain't knew them. And may they rest in peace, it's like dirty as sewers. Proud to be a part of something legendary that's so enduring that it seems like we are in the past. If I had a nickel every time that I was asked, are you a Hardy? I would truly be the richest man, for real. Rolling down memory lane and full of pain. The hurt still remains from tears we can't abstain. Used to want to change my name and felt ashamed. Now honoring that name with family on my brain.
We met way back in the 1900s. Okay, it wasn't that long ago.
No, it was not.
But it was on MySpace. I hit you up. I seen your profile. You told me you were pregnant, but I didn't see it in your pictures.
Yep.
And I didn't believe you. I thought you were just trying to run me off or something. And I said, I need to see this in person. So I came to see you in person, and lo and behold,
I was huge. I was 7 months.
She had a booty in the front and one in the back. And I said, now how am I supposed to handle this situation? Now I know what to do with the one in the back. But what do I do about the one in the front? Okay, I'm going to deal with this. No, you told me your son's name, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, that's too much. Let's just call him KJ.
Right.
Sure enough, every time I called him KJ, what happened?
He kicked.
He kicked. That's it. That was his nickname from the rest of his life.
Right.
And that's how that thing happened. You know what I'm saying? She was all on me. And, you know, I can't help it. You know, I'm a Hardy, so you know what it is.
Whatever. You a little bit much.
Okay.
Because he told me he loved me first, and I was like this.
I said I loved you first.
And I was like this.
When was this?
Is this some trickery?
I didn't.
It was 2 weeks.
It wasn't no. It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't no 2 weeks.
It was a month.
It was 5 weeks. It was 5 weeks.
Really?
You better throw that extra week in there.
It was not.
It was about 5 weeks.
How we used to spin, bringing fans when I've been to spill. Every chance that we make amends, can't advance when you drama feel. Petty fights and her accusations, breaking ties, ignorant behavior. Love the lie, now the truth is making all the noisy die. Change our features, baby. Little details we like, do so well, feel right. Out our shells we hike, up yeah and show vibes. Love real and no life, conceal we can't hide. New still the hard type, we building for life. Sagging in the lane, baby, need to change. Used to just complain, now we don't. Since we made a game, smelling like some game. They don't like us, man, hate is strong. But our energy got a shield. Healthy and organic, so it's real. Cold to them, we just give them chills. Rather see us up and down Ferris wheel. Sagging in the lane, baby, need to change. Used to just complain, now we don't. Since we made a game, smelling like some game. They don't like us, man, hate is strong. But our energy got a shield. Healthy and organic, so it's real. Cold to them, we just give them chills. Rather see us up and down Ferris wheel. Lime to my Sprite, pen to my dice, tropical breeze. We don't even fight, but I'm not a knife, send me to my knees. Remainder in my life, like the vision, you the only one for me. Got me with the kites, without snorting or smoking anything. Filled with so much passion, fuel to my blasting. How you rock it, got me like a rocket. Always keep me laughing, comfort in my tragic. Never stop it, you my only option. You deserve the title and the crown. Been observing how you put it down. Almost curved you when you came around. You my purpose, so I'm planning now. Little details we like, do so well, feel right. Out our shells we hike, up yeah and show vibes. Love real and no life, conceal we can't hide. New still the hard type, we building for life. Sagging in the lane, baby, need to change. Used to just complain, now we don't. Since we made a game, smelling like some game. They don't like us, man, hate is strong. But our energy got a shield. Healthy and organic, so it's real. Cold to them, we just give them chills. Rather see us up and down Ferris wheel.
That's not Daddy. That's Junior Mama.
that, KJ? I love my kids, I love my kids. Nobody come between us if they do remember this. Daddy will never place nothing above you, baby. Even after I'm gone, I always love you, baby. I love my kids, I love my kids. Nobody come between us if they do remember this. Daddy will never place nothing above you, baby. Even after I'm gone, I always love you, baby. I love you, baby, that ain't nothing, no debating. Awkwardly I might raise you, but doing my best to raise you. Strength, care, and more patience required. Don't forget bathing, understanding and playing. Discipline, though you complaining. Life lessons you needed, respectful and never greedy. Learn from what you're repeating. Good karma, you will receive it. The golden rule, you should treat them however you want to treat me. Love yourself, no deceiving. Be you regardless of teasing. I don't need a Father's Day, but I'm thankful anyway. Every moment we away, think about you, hope you safe. Tickle time as we play. Ride my back in your PJs.
After the honeymoon phase in the early days, then the hell started and went on for a couple of years.
He was a wild boy.
Yeah, and so were you. Not a wild boy, but a wild woman. Yeah, it was just baby after baby after that.
Baby after baby. Because every time somebody say me, oh, you still pregnant?
No, that's another baby. That's another pregnancy. Yeah, we got another baby. Y'all need to stop having children. What happened to the whole be fruitful and multiply thing?
Man, you know what's funny? My daddy and my mom was like,
nah, they was enjoying them.
They were enjoying. They was like, oh, well.
Yeah, they was enjoying. They were like, oh, well, all right. Well, what's his name? What's this kid's name gonna be?
All right, let's do it.
They're like, okay, let's do it. So,
but everybody else was like, no need to stop.
Right.
We went through our rough patch. Not saying that we was perfect all the way.
No,
that is no.
Those who know us, they know.
They know.
They know the story. We don't hide nothing.
Nothing.
But at the same time, understanding that just because that's where you started, that's not where you have to finish. Right. And that's the whole point. Perseverance. Right. Because when you love somebody, you make the sacrifice, you make the change for that person. You want to honor and cherish those that are good to you, that pour value into you. You want to reciprocate that. And that's the message that I want to leave with the world about love. That one too.
We always start with self before we start with other people. Because you look in the mirror and you get to work there first, and then you go down the line and stuff
like I said, one day, that day I was in the office and my daddy came through and his daddy came through, and both of them told me that I needed to tell my secret. They were not having it. I couldn't sleep for days. What? And I had to tell him that I cheated on him in our relationship. How can you be spreading goodness out of your mouth when you still have negative that you have yet let expose to people? You allow him to put his dirt all the way out there. Mm-hmm. But you looks very squeaky clean. You can't do that.
Oh, wow.
Y'all wait so long before y'all come to y'all conscious. It's the fact you waited 12 years. 11. And so my thing is, it makes me wonder, like anybody, what else do you have?
What else?
Yeah.
I've changed for you. At some point, you got to say, you know what? I owe you that. Because you've done something for me no one will do for me. You know how hard it is to change for one person out of all these people in the world? Start following this path, I guess, laid by Dad. And
something said about his legacy. He said, what legacy? So he said, go to the library. And me and Richard was like, I told Richard, I don't know why we got to go to the library.
Militant library. I said, there's nothing there. I understand initially, but there's no real good reason to keep secrets. If you really think about it, generation before them, what I always say was done in the dark, come to the light. When I was getting out of religion, I asked Granny, I said, how you know God didn't send me to tell y'all doing it wrong? She paused for a second. I don't know about that. I don't think he would do that. Okay. But you say it worked in mysterious ways. Like I said, Philip was the one that said, hey, years ago, you gonna have to be the one now. You got to be the one to pick. I'm like, but I didn't create it. Yeah, I understand that. But you're gonna have to
At this time, we still having problems when he said this.
Right.
First of all, no one in my family is going to listen to me. Second of all, no one listens to me. Third of all, they're not. I don't even know what you're talking about right now. But fast forward, and here we are confronted with all of this. There's no way she could know the stuff that she know about Daddy.
I've seen him in 3 different forms. He's like he's a cowboy biker, like a biker cowboy. Like it's a mix of cowboy clothes and biker clothes. And I kept seeing his vest, like he had this, and then he had this buckle with these pants. And his pants were not tight, but they were tight. He always wore these shirts with his shirt tucked in.
He did.
The third form, I had no idea that he came to me many years before my daddy passed. He looked tired, like he was tired. It's just so much was going on at one time. The way he looked, he was looking tired. Mm-hmm. And
be real about who we were, what we did, what we were as kids. What was our relationship like with our siblings? What was it like our friends? What kind of student were we in school? That stuff does matter in the end.
Wow. Nobody's telling the full truth. That's why we keep going through a generational cycle. And I realized when I seen y'all relationship were great at certain points.
Right, obviously.
But the domestic violence between y'all two, from what I seen, was bad. From what I kept seeing, a gun exchange. KJ recently said he saw
man with the afro.
He said the man with the afro. He always, every time I know Papa's here, he's in the corner in my room. He's in the corner. He got these cowboy looking boots. He's very serious. He sits in this white chair at Gramps' house, right in the living room.
Every time I had the feeling, I still end up running into him and her.
Terry?
Yeah, him driving in the car, and I follow him up in the driveway. I say, and you think you want me back? No, you don't want me back. So don't worry about it.
Did Terry stay in the city?
No, she stayed up at Chapel Hill somewhere, wherever she was.
There go them Chapel Hill girls again. Woodstock and Chapel Hill.
Yeah, so I'm like, he would come by, sometimes he would cook. He was, I want you back.
Okay.
I said, I'm not ready. I said, I just can't. You can't keep telling me that. And every time I'm running into you and this girl. Let me do you a favor. I've told him that before. That job she even got and everything. I followed one day. Anyway, I'm getting sick of running into you and her.
Sound like she said, and I followed them. Is that about right?
I heard follow, and then I heard, no.
So, how are you running into them?
If you're following them.
Well, that's why you would run into them if you're
but
following
you're
them.
going to run into them, and it sounded like you were
Stalking.
That's the word.
Stalking.
Mm-hmm. You have children. This girl was known, go to Gramps' house, and Gramps had nerve to tell him one time, I told him, Quita gonna get you, and the kids. I had 4 children by this man, and you would let him and her, everybody knew him. That's why I didn't go to Uncle Junior's funeral.
When did Uncle Junior die?
Well, he died.
A while back. Oh.
Yeah.
Uncle Junior, why you wouldn't go to his?
Because when me and B walked in to the wake of your father's, she's over there, Uncle Junior's arm around her shoulder crying like she's the wife.
Terry?
If I had enough strength, I'd have pushed that casket over. Oh, that ain't the worst of it. She was up we rode in the car, get to me and the kids, we get up, there she is up there. And I went off on Chuck, I went off on Gramps, and Chuck, quit this, it's all right, it's okay, it's over. Baby, I called Mel, because he came down for it. Mel walked up that hill, he parked, walked up that hill. He said, where's my sister? Mel looked like he picked up all 4 of my kids at one time.
Damn.
It's like when I say he picked up all 4 of my kids. And he said, come on, everybody looking. How dare you? How dare you have this woman? You should have told. He's dead. That's why I say he's dead, Chuck. You guys should have the decency, respect for me to say, don't come up here because Quita and the kids, we're just gone now.
Right.
So you have no right.
Right. Legally, no.
Yeah. But I'm gonna be honest, it don't feel real. Some of it don't feel like it happened in real life. You hear that?
It came out of nowhere. Like nothing was moving, nothing was being done, but out of nowhere, boom.
See, y'all think we joking about this, don't you? Pay attention to what Mama just said. She clearly said that you can make a book about this. Did she say that? Did I get a blessing?
Mm-hmm.
Did I not tell I was making a documentary?
Yeah.
Okay, so for those of you who don't like it, suck it!
It don't matter if they like it or not.
Right.
We're not actually telling the truth. You're just giving us a story. Now, what just happened was, can I go ahead and say what just happened? His spirit is into the building because you hear nothing but bitterness. You didn't even want the woman to show up because you said, as far as you know, that woman was buried right along with him. So you mad at the family because they allowed her around even after he was gone. What's going on with that? You know, why are you still so mad at other people for even somebody else being around?
Their choice of association.
You wouldn't be worried about the next one because
you'll be too busy what?
Crying and grieving over your husband.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Now, as far as the second time goes, this is the part where it gets tricky. Okay. And not as in his name.
Yeah.
I couldn't let it go. I had to do it. I couldn't let it go. I couldn't let it go. When we did our research.
You saw the newspaper?
I saw the newspaper.
Let me get the word right. Because it was separated. What do they call the what? What's that?
Estranged.
Estranged. I could have died right then.
Why?
Because I wasn't estranged. We didn't live in the same house. He was over there all the time. You tell me, I keep the kids while you go out, or that type thing.
Right.
All I do is call him. He's right there. Kids need anything.
Now, before we dive into the actual story, I could understand, but my memories. My memories. I have zero memories with him being in the house.
Really?
But I have him at Sledge. And I couldn't figure out why I don't. I thought it was just a memory thing. But once I seen that in the paper, y'all weren't together living at that address. Now, mind you, you must understand something. This is all new to me. This is the way I looked at my mother and father. From the time y'all met in school, y'all were together until the time he died.
Right.
And I'll be honest, when I talked to Uncle Chuck, he said, I'm going to be honest with you, Richard. Your mother and your father weren't together for a little while before he died.
Right.
I didn't know that. Not to say that I had to know it. But the way that it was framed and the way you speak about it, I gathered that y'all were together from the time y'all met to the time y'all, regardless of what happened. So when I seen the article, I'm like, whoa, I know both of these addresses. But what do you mean, estranged wife? What do you mean he has a different... What the hell is going... I'm going to be honest, I don't... Tanya knew. Tasha knew. Risha knew. What I'm saying is, I think either people assume I knew or just didn't care to tell me. Whatever the case is, doesn't matter. I didn't know. I wasn't privy to the knowledge. I feel like if I'm going to be the one carrying on his name and then name my son after him, you would think that I would be the one that would be educated about this. Right? So what I'm saying is that whatever y'all, once again, I didn't get in you and both stuff. That y'all grown-ups. What I'm saying is I didn't know. So when I seen it, I had to read the article. I had to look at it multiple times to really grasp it.
because that's not what I know. You want to have the 55, 60-year plus relationship that we've been able to make it and we've been able to show the next generation what it is? Or do you want to be just like Container? Because at some point, you have to choose yourself. Mm-hmm. And that's the sad thing about it is, why do we have to get to a point where somebody has to die or somebody has to go to jail or we got to hurt each other 100 times, so now we good, but I kind of resent you or whatever. We don't have to go that far. And if we educate the children quicker, we can circumvent that. But R. Kelly he constantly said he was molested and taken advantage of as a kid. He sure did. So you don't just pick it up out of nowhere, out of thin air. And that's the thing about it. Nobody protected R. Kelly.
Right? And it happened to other people.
Robert Kelly has ruined R. Kelly's legacy.
You know?
Is the way you can hide behind religion is, in religion, as long as God know my heart and he forgive me, how y'all see me. That's how a lot of people do. I've seen a ton of people do that in so many ways. And what happens is, whether you can be religious all day, that's your personal choice or whatnot. But if you wrong a person, it should be more important that you go to that person and ask for forgiveness more so than you worried about if God see you with forgiveness. Because at the end of the day, you hurt that person.
I was his wife. I was his
property.
Exactly. I don't want you to go over there. You said I could go. Well, I don't want you to. And I didn't. Just say he went out. Okay, maybe the next 2 days or something. Maybe on Wednesdays I went out or something like that. Right. And if he go out, he went out this day, that day. No, I think I'm going to go out tonight. I said, but it's my night. They said, well, you go another night. We were at a motorcycle thing, and the poor man was drunk. And he got in his truck. Opened the door, he just got in his truck and sat down. And he grabbed. I said, Richard, he's drunk. Can't you tell? Just don't hurt him. Pulled his gun on the man. Man drunk as a fish. You don't know what's going on. I told him not to buy it. He didn't need one.
With Granddaddy Hot Shot and Gramps, when I said in that house, their energies, both of their energies are there. They fight. Even in the spirit, they fight. Whatever happened with him, she did it.
Being like with my mom and my dad. I think she must they fighting or whatever, and I think she stabbed him or something, and he later died lung problem or something or whatever.
Uncle Chuck did tell me.
You know.
Daddy could ask them one time to do something. If they messed up, he wouldn't just beat them, but he would like take his fist and hit them as hard as he could, knock them down, damn near knocking them out and stuff. And Bill was saying when he was about maybe 14 or 15, that he was going down to my grandmama's mother's mama to their house to get his shotgun, get my granddaddy's shotgun. He said he was gonna kill Daddy because he had got tired of it.
Every once in a while in your family, somebody comes along that's special. Somebody says, we're going to grow in a different way. We're going to be better than the last generation. Not from a negative standpoint, but just better. Because I understand how those three people up on the wall right there, I understand how great they are. But the things that they didn't get right, I want to make sure that we do get right. So we can give that to the next generation. Not only our current generation, but to the next generation. Because you always do have to think about there's somebody else coming after you. Yeah. A lot of us come into a pretty decent family thinking, I have to be perfect. That's a lot of pressure. And then you kind of find out your granddad ain't perfect, but they brag about him. You kind of find out your dad ain't perfect, but they brag about him. Your mom ain't perfect, but they brag about her. So when you get into that space, you just want to make sure that there's room for you to mess up. I get on Nene all the time about that. You don't give me room to mess up. You know how much room I'm giving you to mess up? You know how many years I put up with your childhood trauma, your postpartum, and everything else, anxiety, you name it. You got to give me room to mess up, not because I want to, but because I'm human and I might.
I don't care how great I wake up every single day. At some point, I'm going to mess up somewhere. I'm gonna forget your birthday. I'm gonna forget to take the kids to school. I'm gonna forget to do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make a mistake and burn the food. I'm gonna do something, right? Give me that same grace that I've given you. Think about the times that you've had since Daddy's been gone. You've had a lot of great days. But it's the bad days which you focus on. But there were times that you would come home and you wouldn't come home with nothing. And I was hungry. And I didn't eat the noodles. Remember, I didn't eat noodles.
I know.
And I didn't eat the burgers that they used to make. Right? So that's where the whole thing of the bread and water thing that y'all like you fall asleep with bread in your mouth and it's that for me it was simplicity. Guess what? I'm the same way now. Everything wasn't all good then, even though those were golden days too. But this is why I've also have been a little disappointed because all of this stuff that I'm finding out now, you could have told me this 25 years ago, 30 years ago.
He kept up with her all the time, no matter what she did. He was down. Because he was crazy about Queen. You know, I was supposed to raise you when he died.
No, I don't know that part.
Yeah, that was
y'all pact.
Yeah, but I didn't do it. Queen was by herself with them girls and you.
Right.
I was supposed to step in and be there for you.
You start to wonder more about your family. Things just become more important. What I was telling you about at Grant's funeral, what they said about you, we become our parents. I never forgot that. As time went on, little things started to matriculate and happen where it's like a wake-up call.
And when you try to look back at your history like that,
yeah,
you might not want to know. See, a lot of times you have to forget what's in the past.
All right.
Okay, and then learn what's going on in the future. Because the past you can't undo.
No, you can't.
That's true. That's very true.
But the future holds everything for you.
Yeah.
But you got to know your past.
I don't live in the past. Actually, quite the opposite. All we talk about is the future. My mama's a really popular person.
Yes, she is. I know.
She always say she's the most popular person in our family. She laughs about it, but she knows it's true. I say I'm not. And she says, don't say that. You're the son of Richard and Quita. She goes on and this whole spiel. And I'm like, you know what's made me so unpopular? Am I hated? No, I don't believe I'm hated at all. Quite opposite. But what's made me very unpopular in the last 12 or 13 years is me being honest. And people say, nah, I don't believe that. Everybody says that until they see it happen.
That's right.
My bad. It ain't even about who I think you are. It's about who you say you are. If you're not that person, I have every right to discard you from my life.
Yeah.
I hold everybody the same way accountable they hold me accountable. If that's a problem, mind you, I'm talking about people older than me, not younger than me. So y'all are my teachers.
But you're supposed to love everyone.
As we get older, we're supposed to get better.
Yeah, it's supposed to get better, but it don't. Cause look at that. Cause I'm looking up to you right now.
Well, you just let the air out of that balloon. You just popped that one, didn't you? We're not religious. We used to be, and we ain't been religious in about 8-9 years. Right? That's our personal choice.
That's your
I was raised in the church, but after we did our research and everything, that's not for us. Now,
but the values,
the values, you can tell what kind of people we really are, though.
Yes, exactly.
So my thing is, even when the Jehovah's Witness came to the door, she didn't know what to give me because I'm already where she trying to put me. Said, well, just let it be. Go to somebody else that may need it.
There you go.
Because I'm already where I need to be.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time trying to convert me and convince me. I'm already where I need to be.
Exactly.
You'll never see me saying, it's okay for dudes. Nah, I don't give it. My daddy, your daddy, whoever. I'm never going to say it's right. It wasn't right when I was doing it. It's never going to be right. But the point is, the women do play a role in it too. The wives play a role. The side chick play a role. The auntie that keep the secret play a role. The grandma that keep the secret play a role. The pastors, first lady, this. Everybody plays a role. You know why? Because nobody wants to do what's right. I thought the point was we've evolved. Remember, we used to have parties at Ridge there, but when we got to Harvest Lane, the parties were different, weren't they? You see what I'm saying? We've evolved. If we've evolved, then we need to exhibit that behavior because what I always say, the kids are watching.
We stopped right there because there was a red light. I said, you want to go? He said, no, I have a headache. So I said, okay. So as I'm sitting at that light right there, Bethel and Navy Road.
Mapco.
Right? Mapco.
Okay, got you.
Somebody comes around the corner. He driving her car. She on the other side.
Camaro?
That Beretta type Camaro.
Beretta, oh, that I know which one you're talking about. That Beretta, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes. That light turned and
You busted U-turn.
Yeah, I did the girls in the back. Oh, Mom, Grandma.
This is after you had moved out? Or what?
This was a little after the Navy. I was at Mama's, and he was at his Mama's house. We weren't living, we were living here.
Y'all were?
Yeah, because we'd go stay with Grandpa for a while, and we'd come stay here until we got our place. Yeah.
So wait, I wasn't born?
No, Risha.
Oh.
This is right after you got out of the Navy.
Wait a minute. Mama, not to sound like a butthole, but
what?
He been dealing with Terry since.
That's my point.
What I'm trying to explain. Yeah, it wasn't long after I.
So why was she calling apologizing? You know you've been around for.
She been around for years.
She been the other woman for how long?
That wasn't like in '88.
They were together for years. Uncle Julius said, at the wake with his arm around her like she the wife.
Oh, that's...
Do you think that means she was just there a year?
I thought that... I really did think that.
No, baby. I've caught them. Y'all were born.
Oh.
Me and Tasha was getting dropped off at the
skating ring. So we were born?
Yeah, Papa had the LTD. This might
That's what I said.
A year or two before Daddy passed. Tasha was getting out. We got out the car. Once we realized what was going on, when we saw Mama pulling out, remember Daddy getting out the driver's side because he was driving her Camaro.
Right.
Terry was on the passenger side.
Right.
He got out and he pulled them jeans up. I remember them jeans, the plaid shirt. He wore a lot of different plaid shirts.
What is this beer bus? I don't know what that is.
That's the motorcycle, the clubs get together.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, the cake, the beer. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I snatched out that car that day. Just turned around and we flying behind them. And I just had this feeling. Because women have these...
Intuition.
I got in the car. It was late at night. But I went the back way. I didn't want to go in the front. I went the back way. I see him standing with her. And they argued, probably fussing because he might have been cute or, guys. Or he said, I said, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? And she said, let me go. He acted like I was not there. I said, you need to let's go. Do you know he did not? Baby, I was going off and I hit him and I just think, boy, she was, you can have him. I say, I already have him. I followed him one night, Dad, because I knew something was wrong. I always get it. So I got up, act like I was asleep. I got in my car and I followed him and followed to her house where they were riding together. I couldn't go nowhere. He has to know where I'm going. And I would tell him.
Right.
Because you didn't get out the door. Of course, Lori and Leah Lexi were there. Because he had went out. Or he's coming, whether he went out, I guess, I don't know. So Lori was there, so basically Lori was there with the kids because their air went out. So they came over to stay, but me and B were going,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just getting undressed. For some reason, where did you go? I said, you know where I went, because I can't leave and go nowhere. Because you come in that house, and if me and them kids ain't there, he can't stand it. He couldn't stand being alone. Mm-hmm. Like that. He would stay outside and work because I had on a camisole type and my pants. I had taken my shirt off and I was barefoot.
Mm-hmm.
He hit me and knocked me down on the floor. I got back up. He asked me again. Sledge Road house before I moved out.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. He did it again, hit me again, and they were, I heard Lord and hollering and screaming or something 3 or 4 times. And I didn't say a word. He said, okay, just stay right there. I took her out the door running because I knew he was going to get his gun. I knocked on the door. Mr. Harding came to the door. I said, Mr. Harding, I need to use your phone. He said, he kind of knew. Oh, no, we ain't going to get it nothing. And Miss Harding said, get out the way. Come on, baby. Come on in here. Close the door.
Daddy?
That's when he smoked the phone out the wall.
He claimed he was watching me from the bush. So I called 911. They never did see him. So
Talking about Daddy?
Yeah, never did see him. Okay. He saw me. He said, yeah, you went over there and I seen the police, but they didn't see me because I was hiding in the bush or whatever like that.
Right.
And then I called Daddy. Daddy came in his old First Baptist truck van he used to keep because he used to drive them, pick up people for church.
Yeah, I remember that.
So me and all of us went to Mama and Daddy's house.
Okay.
I remember Daddy saying, Skinny, when you going home?
Hey, Papa told that to me too.
He said, when you going home? I said, this man pulled a gun on me. Me, of all the people in the world, he pulled a gun on me. I stayed there for a while. Rich called me. And I said, what do you want? And I said, how dare you? You will pull a gun on me. Well, I wasn't going to shoot you. It was something about that. Mm-hmm. That you would do that.
Yeah.
To me. You leaving me, I said, I'm not saying I couldn't deal with that. And neither one of us believed in divorce.
Right, especially back then. People didn't do divorce.
We didn't. We said that we regardless of what's going on, I'm not saying that I won't come back.
You remember my daddy used to have this big old chain belt? Mm-hmm. They say he used to be beat up with that. Now, my mama was this big. Mm-hmm. You mean to tell me he was beating her like that and then nobody knows?
Yeah.
Now, mind you, she went when there was this one time where I guess they got into a domestic dispute. All of us left and went to Granny and Papa house. Mama, this is Mama's story too. So Mama said, another one. This big old chain belt, he was beating on her with that and nobody seen the bruise.
You would have saw something.
Do you remember the chain belt?
Yes, Tasha
got it.
As far as I can, I'll help you in any way in doing this. My daddy's daddy.
Uh-huh.
I know his daddy was half white, but he was half Indian. And Daddy's mama was half Indian. So it's a lot. Plus, it will help you to get to know some of the hardest side of the family. And I need to give you the scriptures out the Bible. They say the dead cannot contact the living. What you believe is what you believe.
Janika, have you ever asked this person, that his father, whoever it is, what is it that you want me to tell your son?
No.
Do that.
I was born in 1990.
Mm-hmm.
He died in 88.
There's no way.
There's no way for me to know any information. I can describe you what he wears. Seen him.
You have?
I seen him. But I only seen him when I seen your dad. I'm so sorry.
They're probably together.
Mm-hmm.
It's old to everybody else.
Right.
But it's new to me. So now as it's new, it feels like my daddy is here again. Through my wife. And I'm going to be honest, I understand how I told it can sound, you saying he got
I still feel like I'm crazy.
Right. But he's not the first one.
Right.
Her daddy passed in 2018 and came to her multiple times.
Right.
And several other people, like her auntie told her when she was young, she had a gift, but she didn't really know what that was or how that worked out.
Right in the beginning stage of Gramps and getting sick, and what she used to talk about
hot shot. She used to tell me that he would come visit her after he passed. She said she could, because he, lungs or something, breathing.
TB, yeah, tuberculosis.
Yeah. She said he would sit on the edge of the bed with her. She said she could hear him breathe. She said that's how she knew that he was there in the house.
Wow, I didn't know that.
She told me that, and she also had told me about other spirits and stuff. I guess I've been in the house several times by myself when Grandpa would go to church, and then when I got a little old, I didn't want to go.
Yeah.
There was some freaky stuff going on in the house by myself.
Speaking with his father, I didn't know I can actually speak with him directly until my father came to me. And I was always scary. This stuff happened to me when I was a kid. But the past is coming back. It's because they're trying to close that door.
Right, a point of contact.
They have to close that door. And that's what his father's trying to do. He's trying to close that door. But as we're trying to close that door, it's opening up many others.
Yeah, it gon'. I mean, you can't put your hand on the walls and then don't think the whole planet gonna come out at you.
Yeah, and that's where it's like he was basically asking, "Are we sure we want to know?" And he's sure he wants to know because to remove those past, we can't bring it to the future.
Right, and you probably never will. Because you got to understand that the time that they were living in, right? Moving drugs and all that kind of stuff. We grew up like that.
Oh yeah.
And we know some people, you know, when something crossed harsh back in the day, it was a thing that never would happen again in the next 20 years. Right. You see what I'm saying? Especially if it was tragic. Yes. You understand? If it was tragic, just like when I grew up, the first year, a young man next door to me killed his own brother. 10 years later, another brother with boxing got mad, he killed his brother. You see what I'm saying? These are real bad tragedies. Why this occurring? Right. But it do occur. You have to come to learn to accept some things. Right. Because back in the day, we were doing a whole lot of things. We know. They were doing, especially when they're in the racings and all that kind of stuff, all the different people they dealt with, honey, it was going on. Right. Oh, yeah. And some people, it was some jealousy back there sometimes, because back in them days, they didn't play. Right. You know, you could call in my house with my woman, I'm going to shoot you. Right. That's the mentality that we ain't no talking about it. It could just gonna happen to you. Right. But today, they plot everything. And when people want you to know something, they will appear to you. And it may not put directly to him, right? Because it's the one to him. That for him, maybe need some help, somebody help to understand what happened whenever you find it out. You see, y'all been together 15 years, so he trusts you. I mean, like y'all don't know about blue light, dancing in somebody's house with blue lights on. He did all that, right? And stuff carried, but people have him cheered in all kind of ways. That was the thing. Yeah.
But it's still occurring now. That's why we're trying to kind of close that.
It's a different version of it.
Right. And it seems as if he's fine with anything that he's ever did. He's fine with it coming out because he's trying to open up doors to close other doors.
Right.
And that's why I was like, I recently, within the last month, just accepted it because I'm not scared. At first, I was terrified. I didn't understand.
The walking will hurt you.
It's always the walking.
Yeah, the walking gonna hurt you. The ghosts don't hurt you.
And
it just warns you.
Thursday, he was talking to you. I was at work. I work from home, and we have a closed office. And my office door opened by itself, and I wasn't paying attention at first until I felt like coldness. It's just nothing but coldness.
Richard would wrestle with me. He wouldn't know. They wouldn't ever just physically hurt me.
Right.
But Richard would take me, man, and sometimes he'd stretch my legs apart.
Oh, man.
Split me in half. Or bend them back over my head and thing. Then when I got to dancing.
Right.
That's so flexible when he dance, yeah.
How you do them moves you be doing? I got stressed about it. But Robert would put his hand on my forehead and I'd be just swinging.
Can't hit him.
Uncle Robert wasn't supposed to. He wasn't supposed to.
Because he was supposed to be in that shower. Not that he went with Jerry and Barry.
It wasn't.
Yeah, and plus he was going back in the military. Him and Booney. Well, Booney went back in. Robert didn't.
I took Robert to Bill's house when the day before he died. He was going out of town with the motorcycle guys, and Mother didn't want him to go. But I took him over there and dropped him off at Bill's, and he talked to me along the way. Only to come back home, and because he didn't go on the trip and get killed.
And he didn't go.
And Mother didn't want him to go, so he didn't go. And instead he rode with the other boys to the store.
Robert was smooth over it.
Yeah.
Robert liked you. He liked you. If he didn't like you, he would tolerate you. But if you crossed it, you had a fight. Robert, man, he used to call me Monster Face. That was my nickname.
Monster Face?
I don't care where he saw me at, he would always, Monster Face, you got any money in your pocket? Sometime I might would have $20, sometime I wouldn't. But I didn't. He would ask me, I ain't never had no money because I knew he was going to give me a 20.
Oh, yeah, like, hey, here you go.
But my brothers, though, all of them, they took care of me.
I see Robert and I broke down. I cried with your dad. I was all right with your dad last year. I think, was it last year? I was going to physical therapy before I got sick. Something told me to stop over there and see Richard. And I was getting ready to give up because seeing his name, it didn't, because I don't go there.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I hadn't seen Daddy's. I was there. He was the humble, good heart.
Yeah.
He was, you just had to, he was special. Robert really was special.
Traveled down this road before, in another world my soul, free forever with the glow, cause the drama ain't explode. Did my dirt on dollar soul, pay on earth before I go, but more gentlemen I show, so my dead already gone, in my father's funeral, ignorant to what go on, but they feeling on me strong, like daddy ain't coming home, and without him I must grow, but that pain would stunt my growth, and my family was so. Had to patch up that big hole. Find myself as an adult was the most difficult. With no tools I learned real slow. Though genius in my mental. And I took some real big blows. Like a boxer but ain't foe. I'm the son of who was bold. More like him the more I go. Live my life just how I want. Kinda reckless, yeah I know. But with life you never know. I might not see tomorrow. So say love you to my folks. My 3 sisters cause we so tight as hats with a logo. No longer incognito. All the good and bad you see. Dysfunction and chemistry is the reason I am me. It's a portrait of a king. Many may remember me as much different than I seem. And it's Richard honestly. It's a portrait of a king. Snap a pic for memories. Keep a portrait of a king. Shoot some footage annually. It's a portrait of a king. On my daddy's son you see. Second portrait of a king. And I'm grateful as it seen. It's a portrait of a king. Used to really hate the fact. Only boy out of the pack. Youngest one to be exact. How I was in the act. I was me when I think back. Just more quiet and intact. Plus ain't know that I was black. Till racism showed me that. With some whites I'm gonna clash. But my biggest fight was black. Like the bullies in my class. Check my clothes and ain't show slack. At that point I wanted that. But a step is all I had. Almost decent but the fact wasn't richer, so I'm sad. Late bloomer out the sack. I was so naive to that. Cost me pain, it cost me stacks. Now my child felt like I crashed. Kept on coming in contact with these ladies that were bad. But my biggest impact was my kids, now I'm a dad. Much more detail, I'm compact. And the truth I won't subtract. All of me, I do one rap. After this, it's a rap. Know what attention for attacks. I see life and see my dad. In that mirror we attach. Better capture this artifact. All the good and bad you see, dysfunction and chemistry is the reason I am me. It's a portrait of a king. Many may remember me as much different than I seem, and it's Richard honestly. It's a portrait of a king. Snap a pic for memories. Keep a portrait of a king. Shoot some footage annually. It's a portrait of a king. On my daddy's son you see. Second portrait of a king. And I'm grateful as it's seen. It's a portrait of a king.